Hey, what's up, guys? It's Ben with Clinical Marker, here to talk to you guys about crafting and launching your signature continuity program. This can be really, really powerful because it helps you build up reoccurring revenue in your business pretty quickly. And it can be really, really powerful over the course of time. I want to start out by saying that this is going to be different for everyone. So I'm going to walk you guys through step by step on how to go about thinking about this and crafting it, and then also give you guys some examples of what we've done and have found to be successful as well. But want to preface that it's going to be different for everyone. You guys might be wondering, like, well, why is that? So big thing is it's going to be client dependent and niche dependent. And, what do your clients want? Runners are going to want something different than maybe CrossFit athletes or women's health. You got to figure out what your niche is and craft it around that based on what your clients want. So really ask yourself, what do you think patients want? And then also just kind of think about what's the most logical next step for them now that they may be pain-free. For example, if we're using runners as an example, we have a lot of times runners that come in and they haven't been able to run in like 6 months, and they would just be ecstatic if they could run, a mile or two pain-free. And then they get to that point where now they're running a mile or two pain-free, and they want to take it to the next level and like do a race, right? Obviously, they don't want to, one, re-injure themselves. Two, they also want somebody to guide them to make sure that not only does this injury not come back, but maybe even perform at a higher level than they otherwise would. And you've built up a lot of trust with these people, so it's really easy to just recommend what you think would be the next best step, and that is maybe a runner that has never done strength training. And we know how important it is for runners to do strength training for injury prevention and performance. So that might be the most logical step, is helping build out a program around that. So that's just an example, and we'll go a little bit more deeper into this in just a second. And also really listen to your patients. A lot of times your patients will tell you exactly what they want, and they may have already told you, and you just might just not have registered. So think about anything that your patients have said, like, oh, I wish you would do this, or wish you guys had this. Do you guys have this? Or asking if you have a certain product for them, or a way that they can that you could help them accomplish X, Y, and Z. And if you're at the beginning stages of business, you might not have a whole lot of examples to pull from for this. So start just asking patients, hey, how can I provide more value for you now that you're pain-free and feeling like you're back to 100%, right? Start asking patients and kind of gauging that. Okay. I want to dive a little bit deeper into different examples. Me personally, I like examples, and it helps me kind of craft my own things based off of other people's examples. So I want to give you guys kind of more concrete examples on this. Big thing is you really want to craft an offer around a niche or somebody that feels like it's made just for them, or you built this for people just like them. Even if it might be the same for almost everybody, if you can craft it in a way that the patient feels like it's made just for them, your conversion rate is going to be higher. So tailoring the name of the program to that, how they identify, right? Bulletproof Runners program, right? Or tailoring like helping in women's health, maybe a strength training program for mothers and being able to get back into that and increase strength, right? Now that they're out of pain and whatnot. So really tailor the name, and you can kind of just come up with this name on the spot as well. Okay, even if it's the same program. Like a lot of times our programs are very similar, almost identical. The names are just different, okay, but they're crafted the same way. But our conversion rate is higher because by using that name, it feels like it's made just for them. So your conversion rate is going to be higher. What this could be, for example, is it can be like a monthly continuity. So our per visit rate right now is $275 per visit. Patients can take advantage of this at $199 per session. So essentially they come in and do a checkup once per month. And this can be really powerful to explain. A lot of our patients do this, and it helps them not have to go through another entire plan of care down the road, because if an injury pops up, they're nipping this in the butt really soon and quickly. And so a lot of times this can be resolved in 1 or 2 visits, right? Instead of 8 to 10, like their last plan of care. So this can be really powerful. You can also have like a pre-built out exercise program too. And another thing that we do is we allow them to lock this rate if a new plan of care is ever needed. If they want, our lowest per visit rate, if they opt into a package, is $225. $199 is still a significant discount, especially if you're comparing it to our per visit rate. Knowing that they have that rate locked in ongoing, as long as they're part of that membership, can be a really big motivating factor for them. You can also have like a satisfaction guarantee on top of this, and really think about any other ways that you can add value and just continue to stack this. So that's our most popular one. Is essentially it's just a one visit that they come in and do a checkup on a monthly basis. Another thing that you guys can do is like a pre-built out course. And this is like more of a hybrid approach. It's more along the lines of like a 3-month program where you can do customized programming. They get 2 or 3 check-ins. This can be either done remotely or in person, depending on how you want to craft this. and how you best want to leverage your time. The nice thing about this hybrid option is, like I said, it allows you to leverage your time more effectively. And people might not need an hour in-person session. They may just need a 15 to 30 minute Zoom checkup to customize their programming further and make sure they're on the right course and discuss any injuries that may have popped up, yada yada. So you can kind of take that approach, more of a hybrid approach. The other option, the third of the four options we're going to discuss, is remote coaching. This is just strictly programming. It doesn't include in-person visits or anything like that. It's strictly programming. So this could be for like I said, runners. This could be also used for runners or CrossFit athletes, and just helping them with their programming. Like, let's say the race in 3 months, they're feeling good, they have no injuries, and they're feeling back to 100%. You could do the programming for them around strength training for those 3 months, or it could be 6 months, however long they need or want to be on this program up until the race and whatnot. Yeah, like I said, strictly programming. You can also have like weekly automated text check-ins for accountability as well. A lot of times people are surprised at how much people will pay for just simply accountability. And you can set this up where it's an automated text. If you guys are using a CM Hub, this is something you guys can build out in there in workflows, so they get automated text maybe every Friday. Hey, Ms. Smith, just checking in. How'd your workouts go this week? Right? And this gets sent out automatically. So again, you're not leveraging any of your time, and you can see responses, and you can choose to respond as needed based on that too. You could also maybe stack that, hey, they could come in maybe once a week for strictly like soft tissue work. Maybe it's like a half-hour session. You can also outsource this. This is something that you have to do. You could outsource this to maybe a personal trainer that you know or trust, or bring on a personal trainer strictly for programming for patients of yours as well. So there is a complete remote coaching program. The Bulletproof, like the monthly continuity program, like the Bulletproof Runners example, that's going to be much more like in person. The pre-built out course can be more hybrid, and then remote coaching, obviously remote, and it's not a whole lot of in-person commitments there. So you can kind of decide what works best for you on that. There's also a new model that we are starting to implement at ProKinetics that I think will actually be even more profitable and increase the lifetime value of a patient even further than these three. There's a lot of positives to having this in place, like the three that we already discussed. The thing is, it's going to be $199 per month. That's about most revenue that you're going to be able to generate. You can maybe charge a bit more, but I was thinking to myself, how can we increase the amount of money that somebody may be spending with us per month after they're done with PT? And so we're starting to build out a program where they can come in for personal training. It's with a PTA, physical therapist assistant, who also has their CSCS. So this can be a great segue for people to connect the kind of bridge the gap between rehab and performance even further, tailored more towards the training aspect of things. I like the PTA because it helps give them reassurance that they're going to want to be in communication with the PT, and they also have a rehab background, and then they also have their CSCS, so they're very well versed in training too. So that's what we're starting to implement, is that. You guys might be like, well, why that model? Like I said, it's more geared towards, if we have somebody, we're planning on charging $135 per session for this, and because we have our current rates price anchored at $225 and above, it's going to seem like a really good deal, right? Where they only, now sessions are almost half that. We're planning to charging $135 per session for this, and there may be some people that take advantage and come in twice a week or 3 times a week. There's a couple of people that have already expressed interest that they're planning on coming in multiple times a week, right? So now in 1 week, if we have a patient that comes in twice a week, in that 1 week, we've already made more than we would have made if they would have invested in the remote coaching or the continuity programs as well. So this is just going to increase the lifetime value of a patient. So even if somebody comes in once a week, even just at a once a week frequency, that's 4 times that they come in a month. Now that's that's over $500 that they're going to be spending per month, comparably to $199 per month as well. And I really like this model too, because they're coming in person. They're going to be quote unquote in your world. They're going to be used to already seeing you and be front of mind because they see you every week. So if they have an injury that pops up, or they have a family member or a friend that has an injury, they see you every week, and they know this is something that you could help them out with, or their friend or family member. And so it may also increase the likelihood of like the referrals that you get in, just because you're front of mind for people too. Again, the big thing around this is it's going to extend that and increase that lifetime value of a patient much further compared to the other 3 options above. But again, like I said, this can be different for everybody depending on what you offer and what your clients want. Just want to give you guys some example for that. Last thing to wrap up, how do you go about launching the signature program? Okay, so first and foremost, start telling everyone and anyone about it, right? Start discussing it with all current patients. You can send out email, send out individual texts to patients. I would encourage you guys, take a look at all your past patients that aren't currently being seen right now, and send out a manual text and let them know about this, and see if they'd be interested in chatting more about it, and see if it'd be a good fit. Make sure you're leveraging text, email, and start discussing with current patients right away. And as you guys will see in the next module, start talking about this for patients that are on the phone for their first visit before they even come in for the first visit, the sooner you can plant the seed, the better. So start talking about it with every single patient, whether they're at the beginning of their plan of care, on that first phone call, or at the end of the plan of care. Start talking about it to everyone and letting them know. One thing that can really increase the likelihood and motive of people taking action on this is you can do like an OG member discount or like a founding member discount and say like, hey, this is something new that we're rolling out. We're only opening this up for 10 spots for this founding member discount or OG member discount. And so that can kind of add some scarcity and urgency to that, state that, hey, this is only good for until the end of the week. You can only take advantage of this till the end of the week. And we only got 10 spots to, like I said, increase urgency and increase scarcity. Like I said, hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you guys have any questions on this, feel free to reach out. But I'll see you guys in the next module where we'll be discussing how to seamlessly transition patients to the continuity program and how to go about that sales process there. See you guys.